Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Ashleigh Williams Show. Y'all, I am solo today. So if y'all can remember back to the very first episode, and if you haven't watched it, pause this video, don't exit, pause it and go back and watch the first episode. It was a Q&A type vibes with my then producer, Gianni. She has since moved on to better opportunities, aka she quit because I was a difficult client. Another story for a different day. But now we have Gianni in the background. She is my podcast producer. So we kick off every episode with a Lemons to Lemonade story. So my Lemons to Lemonade, I just turned 30 last Tuesday. Today is a Saturday, so I'm not even a week old in my 30s. And I had so much anxiety about turning 30. I thought I was supposed to have all the things, be whoever I thought I was supposed to be by this age or else. And like, that is so not the case. I have so much peace about it. And I'm just living every day, day by day, taking it one day at a time. And so that's my Lemons to Lemonade. Instead of being anxious about this milestone, I'm walking into it gracefully. Amen. So cheers. This lemonade is so good. I wish y'all could taste it. So Gianni's gonna be asking me 21 questions. Have y'all seen that Money Long, her Sway freestyle where she remixes 21 questions? Have you seen it, G? It's good. We need to be asking those questions. But I'm ready. I don't know what she's gonna ask. I'm a little nervous.
Okay. You shouldn't be nervous. These are light questions. Okay, first question. Why did you choose to start this podcast?
So I started the Ashleigh Williams Show as a continuation of my own thing outside of the Before 30 podcast, because really I feel like I'm walking into this stage of my life where I'm embodying my purpose. And a part of that is helping people on their journeys. And so a lot of the things that we talk about are challenges that us millennials are currently going through, but we don't have the conversations about it, or we don't always have the right resources. Like, we go to social media for everything, but let's have real conversations that can actually help us. And so this is a part of my purpose. I think God has put me on earth to do this in some form of fashion, and this is my yes. And so I hope that comes across. I hope y'all see how passionate I am about it, and you're actually gaining from this. I try to be funny because I'm the funny friend, I think, but hopefully y'all are actually getting something out of it.
Cool. Who do you hope to reach with your content?
My target audience, we were talking about this the other day with one of my mentors. Gee, we need to come up with an avatar. I think you're supposed to do that with your businesses. But my target audience are my peers, millennials. And I know that's a big age group, but that's where I am. I feel like that's who I have the opportunity to impact the most. And I feel like we're the generation in between. I just thought about this. We're the middle child generation. We have middle child syndrome, y'all. So millennials, both male and female, are my target audience.
Okay. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
That's a good question because I worked. So while I was anxious about turning 30, I spent a lot of time in my 20s trying to become the person that I wanted to be. And a lot of that was intertwined in like my spiritual journey with God. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. Amen. And so figuring out who God is and who I am through God really got me to a good place. So I don't know that there's anything that I would change about me in general. Some things that I do that's annoying, child, I ain't gonna call you back or answer the phone or text back. I'm being transparent, y'all. I run away from hard things and hard conversations. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just say we love each other and move on. Like, I don't want to talk about it. Why do we have to go through this? But being able to have those adults, okay, let's be for real, adult challenging conversations that allow you to move forward to a better place. And a lot of times when you run away from challenging conversations, it ends up being harder on you than anybody else. Like, you'll end up settling for something that you shouldn't, accepting behaviors that you shouldn't, or losing valuable relationships just because you don't even want to talk about it. So as I'm entering my 30s, I want to be bolder about not feeling guilty and being honest. And I don't know where that comes from. Maybe I need to be on somebody's couch talking about why I get a sense of guilt or like I'm hurting the other person if I'm just being honest. So yeah, have the hard conversations. Don't run from them. Those are two big things I think that as I enter this next phase, I need to change.
Okay. What's one of your most fun childhood memories?
Oh, y'all know. So the Ashleigh Williams Show, one day I'm manifesting it. We're actually going to be on a porch. And so I talk about this a lot. It's not one key memory, but my grandmother was my whole heart, world, everything. Like I love my mama. That's my girl. We like this. But my granny, child. So she had a porch. My grandparents had a porch in the front of their house. And we used to sit out on the porch all the time, swatting flies, waving at people from the country, waving at everybody that comes across, and just spending valuable time together. And so I would give anything to just be outside on the porch with that lady and, having good family time.
So, what was middle school Ashleigh like then?
The same. No, seriously, I have not changed a whole lot in that sense. I've always been super talkative, super goofy. I'm kind of corny. At some point, I'll start telling dad jokes. But yeah, I always remember like I had a friend. Her name was Caitlin Toombs. I think she lives in Florida now. We used to walk on the at recess every day and talk about our future and what boys we like. I used to like this boy. What was his name? Kyron Ferguson. Y'all find that man for me. I want to see how he looks. He had a really big fro and he played basketball. He left our school like later on. Y'all find him. What is that man doing? What if he got a girlfriend? That would be awkward.
Or what if he's single?
Next question.
Okay, so that was middle school Ashleigh. So what was high school Ashleigh like?
Okay, the same. Team too much. But some things that I did in high school that were fun. I was a basketball cheerleader. And y'all, let me tell you, those boys did not respect us. They said we were annoying. I know. That was so rude. So I was a basketball cheerleader for 2 years. And then I danced on the Pom Squad, which is like cheer dance for 2 years. That was fun. And a major thing about high school is like most people aren't friends with their high school friends. People like leave high school and be like, I don't want no parts. Me and my friends in high school still turn up. Like we went to California for the 30th birthdays. We just had a party in Memphis the other day. So I really value that I was able to connect with some really good people in high school and still cherish those relationships. But contrary to popular belief, because if you follow anybody who reposts me, I'm always like twerking or something. I really do love Jesus. And if you ask my friends, I was not with them on the weekends. I was at church, praise dancing. So that's what a lot of my high school days were like. If I wasn't in an activity at school, I was in church.
Okay. Have you always been so bubbly and outgoing?
Yes. Let me tell you, at some point I stopped getting in trouble for talking in class. Like my mama just said, there's nothing else I can do but give it to God. So I just stopped getting in trouble for it. But I've always talked in class to the teacher, to the other students, anybody who would listen. It's just who I am. I try not to be extra. I promise you I do. Like my last job, I said, I'm just going to be the person that, go to work and come home. 2 weeks in, I'm planning baby showers and life events. Girl, sit down. You do too much. She got the giggles. I think I'd be catching her off guard.
That girl said I was planning a baby shower.
I was. He had triplets.
Wow.
3 girls. They're so cute.
So what show are you currently binge watching?
I've been rewatching Scandal. Can we talk about it, G?
We can.
Let's talk about it. Because I was watching Scandal, this was like, 2016-ish, 15, 16. I was graduating from college. And, at that time, Oh, it was cute. Olivia Pope is this professional, on top of her game woman, which I still admire that about her. But why was she weak in the knees for those palm colored men? I'm genuinely confused. Like rewatching the show, I don't see it. It is not giving. It's not. I said, "Gee, let's talk about it." She laughing. Do you not agree? Am I the only person that feels that way? Fitz was. You know how when you walk in a room and there's a group of men and there's one guy that stands out like, that's the boss right there, and like that energy just gives. Fitz did not give that. So I'm just trying to understand what the appeal was. I guess G don't have no comment.
I have not watched all of that show. But
You didn't
maybe
watch
because she was such a force, she wanted somebody that was going to like compliment her, but not be like alpha male type. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know though.
he didn't even win the presidency. They rigged it for him. I want somebody that's gonna win off rip, not because I got a scam for you. I don't get it. Now Jake, I could see why she was, feeling Jake. But I just, and maybe that's a deeper conversation we can have on the podcast. Why essentially very successful women, especially black women, tend to settle in dating. Like, why didn't her daddy, Papa Pope, gave her a real good read? Like, you could have aspired to be the chief of staff and you went for first lady. Like, that's your aspiration. Nothing wrong with being first lady, but just like, but the idea of like us black women spend so much time, and I relate to this, so much time focusing on our careers, whatever that might be, that we put everything else on the back burner. So you wake up one day and you say, "Oh, I want a marriage and I want a family," but it's slim out here. So maybe that was some of what Olivia was struggling with. But to answer your question, yes, I'm
That's
watching
true.
Scandal.
I haven't seen Scandal, but I did watch. Have you seen Insecure?
Oh, who do you think I identify as? What character?
You?
Yes.
If I had to pick somebody on that show, I would say Molly, but without like her being out there, being a thought. Like, I don't know.
That's what Janae says.
But I feel like you're a mix. You're a mix of Molly and Kelly because you goofy.
You didn't say Issa. Nobody
I don't.
understands Issa.
I don't think you're.
This is why I identify with Issa. Because what was that nonprofit she worked for?
I don't remember the name of it, but I know
the school nonprofit.
Yeah.
She did not love the job.
Yeah.
She had spent so much of her time in her career doing it, but she didn't love it.
Yeah.
And she just went for it.
Yeah.
And that's the part that I identify with Issa. And she's corny. I am so corny.
Yeah.
Do you want to
We Got Y'all. We Got Y'all was the name of it. The nonprofit?
Yes, We Got Y'all. Yes.
What a terrible name. Yeah.
Okay, but do you want to hear a dad joke?
Oh, Lord. I don't know if I have a choice. Go ahead.
What did the koala bear say?
Say to who?
Just in general. Come on. You can't be like that with a dad joke.
Okay. Let's rewind. Okay. Read.
What did the koala bear say?
I don't know.
I'm koala-fied.
The next question is okay, I got one. You might have heard this one.
What?
What do you call a cow with no legs?
A moo?
Ground beef.
That was so good. I'm going to use that today.
So what's your favorite movie?
The Lion King.
What if they had Glorilla? In The Lion King, who would she be?
Because at the end of the day gotta end. Who would she be?
Who would Glorilla be in Lion King if they did a remake?
The Queen Hyena?
No lie, I was just thinking that.
But Glow, like, with the utmost respect.
Yeah,
Like,
and I don't know, like, no, like, disrespectful. Just based off her personality, she would add
yes.
so much to that character.
Yes, because, yeah, Glow, I'm a huge Glorilla fan. Wow. Glorilla fan as a native of Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes. All right. What's one song that immediately takes you back to your childhood?
Ooh, depends on the day. Or, oh, what's that song I'm thinking about? Oh, my God.
Just sing it.
I can't think of it. It's in my head, you know? Dang.
You don't know how I go?
No, but here's another one. What's that Pretty Willie song?
She got good conversation or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord. That song was too grown for us.
All of the music was too grown for us. I was singing Cisco. But one time for the one time.
Have you
She
ever...
got the best conversation. She look good from head to toe. I think one day I go, the future Millie. Willie Mo. She shop at BCBG. You know what? I'm just gonna stop.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Okay. What's one word you can use to describe your mom?
My mom. One word.
Yeah.
Amazing sucks, but I think it's all encompassing of who she is. She's like amazing. But I'm gonna expound, even though you said one, because talkative Ashley.
That's okay.
She's very thoughtful. And I try to separate, like, okay, is this who she is just because she's a mom, or who she is as a person? And the way that people say, no, Ashley, your mama OD. Like, she's very thoughtful, and, like, I don't know. Like, I to be 30 years old and still have my mom show up for me the way that she does, I'm just super grateful. Like, today, we usually do 3 to 4 episodes. And I'm having a live show today, but she's making it a point to be here. She just drove, her and my stepdad drove from Memphis today, and she's gonna make the podcast just to show up for me. And I'm just so great. She's just so thoughtful. Maybe that's the word, just how thoughtful and intentional she is as a mom, and it didn't stop at 19 or 18, whenever they say you've grown.
If you could choose any profession, what would it be?
Background dancer for Beyonce, period.
Background dancer for Beyonce.
Yes. So if I weren't, now I'm exploring my career as a media personality. But before that, I genuinely wanted to be a professional dancer, but I wasn't that great.
So are you better now? Like,
no, my dance level is still where it was at. Therefore, I could not be a professional dancer for Beyonce.
Okay.
Know thyself.
I see. So who would be like the ultimate podcast guest that you'd like to interview?
Beyonce. No, let me think about that. The ultimate podcast guest? All time, or like just in this season of my life?
It doesn't matter.
I'm going to go with in this season of our life. And I have contacted her, and she did say no, but she responded, which lets me know she sees me.
Okay.
That's important. Pinky Cole.
Really?
Slutty Vegan. She just wrote a book called I Hope You Fail.
Yeah.
And I was like, girl.
Have you read it?
It's so good.
Okay, I need to get it.
So good. And so I wanted her to be on the show before I read the book. Then I read the book, and I was like, this is literally the purpose of the show. So, like, we're talking about navigating life as a millennial, and she hits on every challenge that you could face, especially if you're an entrepreneur. And, like, so many times we pray for things to go right, but the beauty is when things don't go right. Like, you actually learn from and actually can build upon the lessons that you take when things don't go right. And so she's not saying, I hope you fail. The message is really, when these things occur, here's how you tackle that and not let it defeat you. My granny used to say a bought experience is the best kind. When did you really have to, like, bruise yourself on is the best kind. So I want to have her on the show to talk about the book. Pinky, come on, girl. I know I ain't big time right now, but still.
What's your favorite season of the year?
Summertime, and the
So you like
living
the heat?
is easy. Yes, because who want to be outside in the cold?
Me?
Oh, gee.
Listen, I'm from Texas. It's hot all year round. So I appreciate the cold. Because here's my theory, or here's what I know to be true, that when it's cold, you can always add on more layers. And when it's hot, you can only take off so much before it becomes illegal.
It's getting hot in here. I feel that. Skies out, thighs out. It's brunch season right now. I'm ready to be outside with the vitamin D.
Yes. So who's your celebrity crush?
Jonathan McReynolds.
You did tell me that.
All
The
day, every
singer,
day.
the gospel singer.
And people think I'm crazy. Nobody sees what I see.
He looks like he's very tall.
He's very tall. We love a tall king.
Maybe he should be on the pod. Child, you ain't gonna get through an episode.
I ain't gonna get through it. I'm gonna be grinning at that man the whole time.
Is he married?
He's very single.
Okay.
From what I don't know that to be true. But he also has stated that he is not going to post a relationship until he is engaged. So he could be in a relationship. It's just not public.
Okay.
But you single until you married. So my point stands. He's single.
Okay. What's your biggest fear?
Oh, you moving on. Hey, Jonathan. Biggest fear?
Yeah.
Ooh, what is my biggest fear? Now it's that's crazy. Now it's not achieving the goals in this next phase of my life. Like, if I don't take this next avenue, the Ashleigh Williams Show, and whatever adjacent comes with it serious, what will my life look like if I essentially settle?
Okay. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Best advice I've ever received? Ooh. Own your own journey, essentially. You can't expect people to assume what you need. You have to communicate it. You can't expect people to stand up for you. You have to advocate for yourself. And you can't blame the world for the things that are happening around you. Like, yeah, there are environmental controls or whatever factors that may cause you to have challenges. But control what you can control and maneuver and pivot. And once I learned that, once I figured that out, life began to flourish for me. And I'm hitting on a book. It's called Self-Leadership and the 1 Minute Manager. It was specifically talking about career, but you can apply it to life.
Okay. What are 3 items on your bucket list?
Go to Paris, child. Gee, do you know how long I've been trying to get to Paris?
How long?
Since 2019. The first time I went, we had to cancel the trip. I have Crohn's disease, so I ended up having to have surgery that could not wait. That's first time. Second time, 2020. Trip was scheduled to be in March. A global pandemic occurred. Trip canceled. This year, my 30th birthday, that was my thing to go to Paris. I also have endometriosis and needed a surgery that could not wait. So canceled Paris 3 times now. So that's 1, go to Paris. 2, I want to be in a position to retire my mom. When I say she's thoughtful in all of the ways, emotionally, she don't take no nonsense. That's why I giggle. So emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, she's very thoughtful. And I want to be in a space where not pay it back, but I can do those same things for her. So retire her. And 3, bucket list. I don't know. Oh, like host a major talk show or an award show.
Okay. If you had to guess what people appreciate about you the most, what would it be?
My personality. Like that I'm always, when most people see me, happy and excited. And especially when I'm around other people. Like I can be a Debbie Downer with myself and the people who are very close to me. But with other people, and like I just want to bring a sense of light to anything. Like there's so much that we could be sad about. There's so much going on. Like I just enjoy brightening people's days. And I think that comes across.
Yeah. That's a gift.
You think so, girl?
It is. It is. I don't think I have that gift, but I think certain people have that gift.
you.
So, if you could be a part of a family on any TV show, what family would you choose?
Ooh, that's good. So many. I gotta choose one?
Okay, give me your top 2.
Top 2. I'm gonna give you my top 2 in a bonus.
Okay, then.
The Cosbys.
Uh-huh.
The what was Fresh Prince? What was their friend? The Bankses.
Yeah.
And then the third, and this speaks highly. Good Times. The Evans. They grew up poor. They didn't have nothing, but they had each other.
All
That's
3 of those are vastly different. So why the Cosbys?
Why the Cosby? Oh, it was so many of them. It was 5 kids. So I was raised as an only child. I have siblings, but I was raised as an only child. So it was the 5 of them. And what I enjoyed the most, so I grew up in a corporal punishment household. You got whoopings, okay? But it focused a lot on them of hearing their kids. Now, they were still stern, and they were still very much so disciplined, but I appreciate now watching it back how they really took the time to just kind of listen and hear their children out.
Okay.
Who did I say?
Banks.
The Banks.
Fresh Prince.
It was fun. It was just a fun show. And I admire how they, took Will in. Being an adult now, taking in a kid that ain't yours, you got to feed and clothe them. Child.
And then you said good time. Well, you told us the explanation for the
They didn't have
the
nothing.
Evans.
But
Yeah.
they had each other.
Each other. All right. This is the finale question. What is your favorite song?
Oh. I don't have a favorite song.
No, you got to pick it. You got to answer. And I know it may change based on like your mood, but
Favorite song.
yes.
It's a song called Right Now. The song that I listen to the most right now is a song by Jacqueline Carr. Interestingly enough, Jacqueline Carr and Jonathan McReynolds are on tour together right now. Called God of War. Essentially, the audacity of us. God has shown up for you every single day of your life up until this point. All of those days may not have been good days, but you've survived every single day, and the audacity to think he's not gonna do it again. So the God of War is like, he war for us then, he gonna war for us now. He's not stopping. And I love that because I'm talking to y'all, but I'm really preaching to myself. I'm the one who has the audacity. That was good. That was 21. I like that. Do y'all like this mystery Gianni behind the screen? She actually has a podcast of her own. Do you want to shout it out?
I muted myself. Yeah, it's the Canon Studios podcast. I have my own podcast. It's different than this one. Yours is has a lot more personality than mine, but I do have a podcast.
Girl, everybody don't want personality. Some people want to chill and be informed.
That's true. I feel like I'm very chill.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Let me know how y'all like this style of show. I'm going to challenge myself to do a solo episode at least once a month. But yes, thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we are now on all podcast platforms. Wherever you get your podcast, you can find me there. So see y'all next week.